Okay, so oh shit, sorry guys. Um, a couple things. Gotta talk to you about because you guys are my only friends. I mean, I have friends, but they don't think the same things that we think are important. They don't think the same things that we think are important. Like my daughter thinks that how do we? She's a I don't even know what's called a gender. Maybe an X gender, next X whatever. She's 27. And she's like, oh my God, Mom, everybody talks about America. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to listen to this. Like, I mean, I love her, but I listen to her. But she just has so much to tell me about how the state of affairs are and how we got to go and protest. And so, anyways, and so that's why I got to talk to you guys. So I've made a decision that I'm going to be cooking I'm going to be cooking 2 days a week. And then I'm going to start, it's either going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday cook, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and cook. And then on Fridays, Thursday, Friday, 2 days, I'm going to be reviewing. Okay, at one time I didn't want to review, and you guys know from the beginning I didn't want all the drama, and I originated from the drama community. So for me, I really didn't want to get into the drama community. It's not, I mean, like I supported who I supported over there, but it's not something that I wanted to do. But it's just so freaking nutballs right now on the Krama community. And it's only going to be like, I'm probably going to do it about once or twice a week. And it's going to be like the slots when nobody's live. That's pretty much when I'm going to go live. Not like, oh my God, every morning or every afternoon. It's like when nobody's live and you guys are kind of like, oh my God, nobody's live right now. Oh my gosh. Like just, I'll probably pop on. And then like if I do it that one day, then I probably won't do it again the rest of the week. But at one time there was just like crazy VHB. And she just drives me wacko. Her voice, all of the things about her. But for me, it was just kind of like what she was putting Queen Bee through was irritating. Like she's done so much screwed up shit over years that I was like, wasn't really feeling like I wanted to review her at all. So I'm waiting till I get my laptop. That's what that's the moral of this. I'm waiting for my laptop. I had one, but I've got to get updated. And apparently if you don't update it every single time it's supposed to be updated and you have to catch up updates, it does a lot to your laptop. Anyways, I've had it for like 3 or 4 years. Anyways, there's just certain, okay, I'm just going to say it. I'm probably going to be, just to let you know, just prepare yourself. Whoever doesn't like me going and reviewing somebody, I'm going to be reviewing BJ because she drives me freaking up a wall. She drives me batshit crazy. How she doesn't think that she's attacking the mother. How her and her panel are so critical of everybody. They're so critical of every single person. And then when somebody says something back to them, they are always bothered. And it's like, bitch, if you don't like people talking about your kids, then put them to sleep. If you don't want people talking about how you kick a cat, don't kick a motherfucking cat. How about that? I mean, it'd be like me getting mad that I cook Mexican food. Like, why did you make salsa? I don't know. Well, because I did. I mean, you can't deny what there's a video of you doing. So that's just how it is. She drives me batshit crazy. Julie drives me batshit crazy. Those are the main. I mean, those two people. Just like tonight, I just watching a video from Hartley. She was talking. Julie was talking about how she's just. How can you attack? Say you're doing it for Sebastian, but you're attacking the father he loves. It's like, are you completely crazy? Everybody attacks Katie and says you're doing it for Sebastian. There's no logical way a grown woman, and I say that very loosely, she's at least a senior lady. I'm thinking at least mid to late. I'm 50, 52. She has to be my age. There's no way you're 50 years old and don't know that you're attacking the mother. There's just no way. And Brittany's whole Mensa panel, they're oblivious to their ignorance. They just are. They're oblivious how ignorant they are. I don't watch anybody else. I don't do that. Listen, bitch, obviously you do. You do watch other people because you got a whole shitload to say about people. Anyways, I'll save that for there's so much I want to say. And at first I told my husband, I'm like, I don't want to do the drama community. I'd rather just cook. And so that was my thing. Not that I didn't really know the true crime community had this, but it's gotten worse. I've been on here for about 2 years. 2 years in YouTube land and drama community and trauma community is like 10 years at the minimum. I've seen a lot of people. I mean, I go into a lot of community. I know a lot of people in a lot of areas. I love that I know people over in everywhere. I know people in a lot of places. And I love that. I love that I know Shannon and Traders and Virgo and COVID and I know a bunch of people in a lot of places, and I know Wispy, and then I know just people in a bunch of places, and I've sat in bushes in a lot of places too. And I've watched the idiocracy of Justin, the idiocracy of everything that went on this past weekend with Nancy Grace, and it's fucking mind-blowing, really, that I get it, you want the clicks and views, but as a spokesperson of a true crime podcast / show / anchor lady, bitch, you got to do some research, just a little bit of research, and it will bring back a shitload of dirt on BioFather / other two guests. I mean, there's no way that JLR can find shit on stupid ass Tony, and yet Nancy Grace couldn't find shit on him. Like, if I'm going, I used to have a panel at the beginning of mine. I used to have a panel, and I would have 2 or 3 people come up on panel. We talk about different stuff. I mean, I didn't go ask Rapper to come up on my panel. Why? Because Rapper goes into everybody's chats, and he's a troll for everybody. You get it? Like, you do shit and you don't do shit. You don't pull, like, oh, I didn't know it, because you know what? I guarantee that there's going to be a lot of shit that comes down the road from it. So that was my reason, is I have so much I want to say, but I want to play the video of her. Look, here's Julie, crazy lady. Look, here's Brittany being a wackadoodle. Here's that she falls asleep. I have it recorded myself of the whole thing, like, and then she's like, she sounds like, if you don't know, you don't know, like an oxygen thing that's like Chewbacca. She sounds like Chewbacca. Oh, that sounds awful. But anyway, she does sound like Chewbacca. I'm not trying to be mean. She really does sound like Chewbacca. And I'm not trying to be shitty to her. But the sound sounds like, man, that sound sounds familiar. I'm not trying to be nasty to her, but she sounds like Chewbacca. And all of her panel is not helping her, because all her panel are doing is saying, don't worry, take a little siesta, and we'll cover the panel. Which, this is what I have to say. Shit. Let's just cook. Sorry. Anybody who did, that's why I want to do a review, because I just think it's shitty. She thinks she can make rude comments about people's relationships. Clue and Cletus, how they are, apparently she doesn't know what it's like to have a man who touches her back. Guess what? Me and my husband have been together 21 years. He always puts his hand on my back. He puts his hand on the small of my back, my top, anywhere. He'll grab my pinky. We walk, anytime we go to a store, a mall, inside of Starbucks, anytime we go where there's a group of people, whether it be he does it for security, how about he just loves his wife? And it just is so freaking it's maddening. Her idiocracy of her small-minded going, I know what it is. She tells him, you better put your arm around me. Like, bitch, who does that with their men? It's 2025. There's the fucking door. If my man don't want to be here, don't let the fucking door hit you on the way out. Brittany, you're the only one that gives your man a threat. Sorry. The rest of us, bitch, pretty confident. And honestly, I just feel bad that she spends the first hour with her panel and her subs giving her a hype up talk. Like, no, you're the best. No, you are. No, we love you. No, we love you. Oh, well, I mean, god damn, if I had to get on panel and have people reassure me that I am good, I probably shouldn't get on panel. I shouldn't have a channel because I'm going to get butthurt that everybody says something. Guess what? Got called fat ass, got called disgusting fat ass. My husband wants to be with another woman. My husband's got a burner phone. Never brought it up here. Never asked anybody, never mentioned it, never. Why? Because I have enough confidence in who I am. And that's the part that I feel so bad for Brittany, that she doesn't value herself enough to know that her man, like seeing another man hold his woman, threatened her. Like, that's sad. It really sad. Like, any of your Mensa panel, please be friends to her and go, hey, if your man doesn't hold you like that, don't attack people. It makes you look bad. Like, those are friends. Friends are ones that will be your friend and go, hey, you probably shouldn't attack another relationship because it makes you look bad with your relationship. It's not like rocket scientist. I swear I will never attack a marriage, ever. Ever. Like right now, I didn't say her husband doesn't ever do it because I don't know if he does. But I will say that she sounds not confident. I'm never going to say, well, I've been married 20 plus years. My man. Why? Because I feel like it's shitty of me to throw my marriage up in your face. I feel bad that she has a little confidence in herself, that she attacks other relationships. That's what I feel bad about. Like, get confidence, seek help, get a counselor, a therapist, a marriage counselor that says, I don't need 35 people sending me money or sending me super chats telling me I'm a good person. I don't need my panel telling me I am doing good. I don't need reassurance. And I swear, this is my last thing I'm going to say. She knows 3 words. 3. Hold on, HODE, on, and wow. Let me tell you, my 2-year-old grandson says wow probably less than she does. And my grandson says wow a lot. Let me explain the difference. My grandson's 2 years old, so he gets amazed really easily, okay? A 2-year-old goes, wow. I shit you not. She says, wow, on anything. They're talking about you. Wow. Somebody go tell them. No, bitch, you send them an email. Send her an email. If you think they're talking about you, send her an email and say, could you do me a favor? And if I did anything, let me know what I need to do or to correct this. But you got to realize, Brittany, this is from me to you, girl to girl, woman to woman, whatever you consider yourself. There will be subs, and I've been in the drama community for a while, and the krama, and I cook, but I know where I've been. Hey, Crazed, how are you, honey? Let me explain something to you, Brittany. This is my only thing I'm going to say. There will be subs that want to see trouble. They will want to see you make an ass out of yourself. It's called trolling you. There's members that enjoy the drama. So they share shit, but they make it extra juicy. And you'll even have friends that will add shit and make it extra juicy to get a reaction, because people, unfortunately, enjoy that. So you have to figure out for yourself, am I the puppet? Not just the green team's puppet, but those 5 trolls that are in the chat, and they said something like, yeah, Queen Bee was talking about your kids. Guess what? They were trolls. There's grannies talking about you. They were trolls. They knew you would react like that. And the only thing that happens is they're in their kitchen, in their living room, in their bedroom, in their, sometimes in the Discord, cracking up at how you reacted to that comment. You know how I know? Because so what? We all troll. I troll. I used to troll skis. That's how I met my girlfriend. One of my very good friends of mine. I met her from going in, and I was used to be trolling under a different under my husband's account, but it was something like Joe's. Sorry, my husband's back hurts right now. Joe, what was your channel before Mittens? Joe's. Something about Joe's art or Joe's art. He's always done like drawing or something on it. And if you guys know, you know, Sabate was over there on skis, and we'd all go in there and we'd troll and we'd say shitty shit to Michelle, and it was just funny. And one of my girlfriends was one of the mods, and we became really good friends. I'm telling you, because it's like they know to get their people's going. They get their fire moving, and as soon as they say something that they know triggered her, guess what? They would go back to that same topic. So if saying something about how her voice sounds like shit and she's I don't know what else. What else? Something about her. There's so many things about Sabate. If you know, you know. But anyways, people would troll her about everything. She's just a shitty person. She's a really, really mean, vile human. She's a demon. We call her demon over on the. She's just evil. She makes Betty look like a fucking nun. I mean, to be honest with you, she's that bad. She's very vile. Anyways, we trolled, okay? So Brittany, I'm going to give you this one piece of advice. Don't feed into the trolls because they're winning, they're laughing, and they're having a great time. You're giving them hours of, you know, as long as you keep reacting, they're going to keep coming in. There's no help for her, girl. No, don't even tell me. There is no help for her. But it gives us hours. You know, it's like 1 a.m. Somebody's on. Oh, hey, let's go in and troll. I mean, Brittany, you're 30. You have to at least be 30. You gotta know they're trolling you. You've got to. There's no way you don't know they're trolling you. Like if somebody came in and said, Mitten, you're a fat ass, I would go, I can react or I can ignore it. My mods usually delete it. If they say Mitten and Joe's talking to another girl, I can either react or ignore it. And 99% of the time, I ignore every troll that comes in. I get a lot of trolls. I mean, I was from the drama community. Trust me. Trust me when I say this. All I'm saying, Brittany, is you have people come at you because you talk about them. You and your whole panel are up there talking about people over and over, just cooking. I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what somebody else said. I don't want Joe. I want Joe to come over to cook for me. I don't want him to do anything else. I'm like, yeah, I want him to cook for me too. Let's cook. Okay, anyways, that was my blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be doing reviews, and it's probably going to be the same. If y'all don't like it, I apologize. At the beginning when I started, I didn't want to be a part of any of the drama, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like it's irritating to listen to somebody say they don't attack the mother and then always attack the mother. To attack over and over and over and over. And it's just the most aggravating shit. Chica! Oh, God, Chica. Chica, she's making me do reviews. I didn't even want to do reviews, and now I'm going to be doing reviews. But I plan to do it with a little more fun, like the way Traders does. I plan to be a little bit more fun and not just like cutthroat. I'm not trying to cutthroat, but I want to just have fun with it. Like, you know, like, I don't want to be mean and vicious, but I do want to share some shit that I got to say. Let's cook. Come on, y'all. Whoever wants to leave and don't want to be a part of it, it's all right. It's all right. I'm not mad, okay? But in the meantime, let's cook. I'm going to do and it's really because I was supposed to make, what are they called, little things? Gnocchi. But my husband was helping his friend today, and now he is laid on his back. So I am a considerate husband or wife that if my husband's in pain, I am going to respect that and know that I know he wants to be here, but his back is not going to let him stand up and do what I need him to do. He was helping a friend, and I am grateful that I have a husband who helps. I got a tablespoon of butter. I have onion, Vidalia onions diced up. French onion pretty much is French onion dip is pretty much like French onion soup. Onions caramelized, a little bit of beef stock, a little bit. I'm gonna do the salsa back here. I have an onion, a Roma tomato, and I'm gonna put garlic in there. I made some today for lunch, or last night for dinner. I made homemade nachos, so I had to fry my chips. I made my salsa. I made chicken, and then I made cheese. So we had chicken nachos, homemade. I didn't. We're kind of. Oh shit. We're making this. Yes, yeah. It's super fresh, and then this one actually was with canned tomatoes. I didn't use Roma tomato. You can do either one. If you have 5 Romas or 2 Romas, get a small can of regular, so you can mix it up with both. But I'm gonna put my fire a little lower. Caramelize your onions. I got a tiny bit of beef stock. If you want to put the real like runny, watery stuff, this is concentrate. Okay. And I need these to cool off. So your ideal thing is not to burn your onion. So if it does start getting hot, take it off the fire. And I have minced garlic because I have no garlic powder. If I had garlic powder or onion powder, I would, me personally, that's how I do it. I either put it in here or I put it in my sour cream. You guys, once we had this homemade, we never buy it in the store. It costs $1.99 for an 8 or 16 ounce of onion dip. I swear I fell over when I told Joe I never knew it was that easy. We've been doing it probably for about 2 or 3 years. It's so good. I mean, you can buy from Aldi's, or I'm sorry, from Costco in the refrigerated room. There's 3 pounds of sour cream for like $4.99. Use 2 pounds for your dip and take it with a bag of chips. And you know how fancy you would sound saying, I made my dip homemade. Hell yeah. My people do that kind of stuff. I was so proud, like when not proud, I was so, what's the word? I was proud of my girl when she showed me she made her own caldo. Liz, if you're watching, bitch, I'm so proud of you for what you're doing. My girl Liz, the girl I learned, we met in Ski's chat. If anybody knows who Ski is, if not, you don't want to know. He's a different cat. He's a different guy. He's just has a little bit of anger issues, but me and Liz met there, and since then, we are very good friends. We cry together, and we're good friends. As soon as this gets to the color that I want, which I don't know why it's so dang dark. Can you guys see it? Once it gets a nice caramelized color, I'll take it out, and you can either put it in a bowl, or you can put it in a plate, something to lay it flat, but you want it to cool off. All right, I'm gonna get something for this to go. Oh, you know what? How you doing, baby? I'm sorry. Thank you guys for being in here. And it's about a 20-minute, once you put them in white, you just kind of put it on low and you just keep going like this for a little while, a lot of while. You just go slowly. Don't try to rush it, you guys. Your onions will get bitter. So you just keep going low. I ended up putting a little bit of minced onion. So you can either do garlic. After the fact, onion powder or garlic powder. I don't have garlic or onion powder. So I put my garlic in here. And you want to put a little bit of salt because it also does take the rest of the moisture out of them. All right. And then probably want both of them. All right. This does not, this is your cilantro. It does not go in there. It's just, shit. I don't have any jalapenos. I knew I was forgetting something. Oh well, you don't need jalapenos for salsa. You can just do salsa with onion, garlic, and tomato. I forgot that I didn't have it. Darn it. Serranos are going to be your hotter one. Jalapenos, the fat ones that you use for jalapeno poppers, are more for flavor. Okay? All right, I'm going to stick this in the freezer. I want this to cool off because it's going to go into my sour cream in a minute. I'm telling you, I promise you, if you make it and you say, oh my God, I'd rather have the bought one, I'll send you your money back for what you had to pay for your bought sour cream or for your bought French dip. I'm going to stick this in the fridge. You would probably want to do a whole onion so you can make a whole big bowl. I'm making a small amount because I don't have any potato chips, so all it's going to do is be teasing my man. Did you hear me, Daddy? I don't have any potato chips. So I have some sour cream. I have about 8 ounces of sour cream, and I'm putting mayo. Oh my gosh, I gotta say hi to my friends. Hold on, people. I saw your phone somewhere, Jay. Oh my gosh, I really did. I saw it somewhere, now I can't find it. I'm coming back, guys. Um, when that's ready, we're gonna put it in here. It is an onion, tomato, and 2 garlic cloves. I made this last night. We had homemade nachos, so I wasn't even thinking to do it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have aroma. I'll show you guys. You can use canned tomatoes, guys. Canned tomatoes work just fine, okay? Hi. No, I put it somewhere myself. Oh, maybe over here. I was folding laundry. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. Okay. When you, let me turn you more this way. I'm going to touch this when my tomato is ready. We're pulling it and we're blending it. In the meantime, we're going to work on this. You guys, I just try to give you little, like, so you don't have to make it at, buy it at the store. I mean, honestly, I don't know one salsa that you buy. Yeah, maybe Chi-Chi's tastes okay, or maybe Old El Paso salsa tastes okay, but don't tell me homemade fresh salsa doesn't taste damn good, because you're lying. And you know you are. Homemade salsa is always better. You can do salsa verde, that's the tomatillos, the green ones, or the salsa rojo, that's red. Rojo is red, verde is green. Sorry guys, I gotta put it lower. Craze, what's up? I can't get over my grocery. Bitch, please. We just have a limited income. So we allow ourselves X amount, and we're just like, okay, that's what we spend. I mean, and it's okay. We just have to accommodate. We used to go live a lot more and do a lot more cooking things, but honestly, I mean, I love it, but we also had like 75, 100 members. We have literally maybe 10 or 12. So unfortunately, we're not able to do it. I do want to cook more with you guys. I do want to show you guys more stuff. But I mean, me personally, I don't want to come on here and go, come on, you guys, come on, be a member. Come on, you guys, be the whole stream. You guys came to learn a recipe. I want to show you recipes. That I would rather have that than me. I don't know. Just that's not what I want to do. I would rather you guys come learn how to cook. If we're blessed with a tip, we're blessed with a tip. If we're blessed with somebody being a member, we're blessed with somebody being a member. Honestly, it's not anything other than we have to accommodate our cooking schedule. Then you know what I mean. It changes what we are able to do. We and honestly, you guys, the prices in Texas were a lot cheaper. A small container of mushrooms was like $1.37 for 8 ounces. Up here, they're $3.99 for 8 ounces of the basic mushrooms. Honestly, mayonnaise. This was this was off-brand mayonnaise for $4.99. The name brand is like $6.99. I'm telling you, if anybody lives in Texas, treasure your HEB. HEB is the best thing that was ever happened to Texas. Another thing is when you're making your salsa rojo or your salsa rojo or salsa verde, let your tomatoes cool for a minute. Is that my brother? Hi, Neil. Brandy, I love you. My family came in. Randy, I miss you. I love you. We talked for so long today. It was so much fun. We talked to Brandy. We talked to Marissa. You guys, we have a group chat with, who's the youngest? Chasey. He's like 13. He's like 13 years old. And then, not crazy, you did not have to do that, Mama. I promise you. I am grateful for anything. Thank you. You guys, I literally wait till after we cook to even drop the link normally. This time it's just me in the kitchen. So thank you for the blessing. Honestly, Joe's not in here, so I don't have the ability to do it at the end. I have to do it now, so I apologize. Thank you guys so much. My nephew's 13, and my nephew's 13, and my what's it called? My mom is 70, 76, maybe. She's gonna tell me if she's not, but she, you guys, we have group chat with a 14-year-old to a 75-year-old. I'm just telling you that everybody's different. Let me just say that. Everybody's different. Trying to get a conversation across is unbelievable. Hold on, I want to play something really quick for my friend for blessing us. You know our, let me just put it up here. Aw. You guys, forget it. I'm making this worse than it is. Okay. Thank you so much, Craze. Sorry, I wanted to play this for you. Thank you so much for the blessing. Thank you. It's bacon. I don't do it like Joe. Thank you so much for the blessing. It means a lot to us. Okay, let's cook, you guys. Okay, I'm going to take this out in a minute. Okay. I want you guys to see. Okay. This would be used with the potato chips. I'm going to let this sit for a minute while the onions cool off. This is together. You clearly know the onion dip goes with potato chips. Okay. Ready? You grab it and kind of squeeze like that. It feels a little firm, but I'm going to take the onions out. You guys, when I do my green tomatoes turn a different color. It gets like from a darker green to like a Michelangelo or a Donatello green. Like it's like almost it's hard to, what's the green? It's like a, y'all, shit. It's like a Donatello green. Y'all making me talk like I have kids. Okay, I have my cilantro, my tomato, and I'm gonna let my tomato cool for a minute. I'm gonna save this just to make sure this is enough juice. And you guys, the next part can literally be done with any I've used the most basic tortillas in a store. The honest to God, the most basic corn tortillas. These are the same ones that you get your chicken, you roll it up and we make the flautas from. Same exact tortilla. You can do that, okay? You can fry it regular and put it like beans on it or just ground beef or just cheese. And that, you know what I mean? That's, you can do so much with one pack. And this pack probably costs, I think it was like $2.19. $2.19, but honestly, if we don't use it, like the chilaquiles that I showed you guys how to make, you fry them, put over eggs on top. You put the salsa verde or the salsa rojo on top. Okay, but we're gonna make just tortilla chips that you go and ask in your restaurant. When you get there, they bring you a plate of them. They bring you a basket of these and some salsa. Let's just pretend you go to the store and you have $5 with you. You got $2 on your tortillas. If you live in Texas, you can buy a pack of 10 tortilla chips or even 20 for $1.39. Swear to you. Okay, then you go, you get your Romas, get 3 or 4 of them. Spend, let's just say $1. That's probably about five Romas. You go and get your little bushel of green cilantro. The cilantro is literally, in Texas, it's like 49 cents. That over here in Michigan, it's 99 cents. Okay, so now you have $1.49 for your, just depends on where you're at. That's all I want to say is like your tomatoes, your cilantro, an onion. They sell individual onions. That's it. A garlic bulb is 49 cents, or some places are 3 for $1. You, instead of going out to a restaurant, you can make your own salsa and chips in your, don't even go like, oh my gosh, I just want to go out, whatever, a margarita. Y'all both know you can make a margarita at home. Y'all all know you can do, you have people coming over and you don't have a snack or an appetizer for them. Use canned tomatoes. Use whole tomatoes, Romas. Put your tomatoes boil in the pan. You guys, I'm telling you, I'm all about saving money. I mean, I was like this even when we had, we had our 5-bedroom home, and you know what I mean? My husband had his back issue. He had to retire early or leave. And once he left, man, I already knew how to save little cuts and corners and how to make it last, how we don't need to spend it, how I can replace it with something else. I'm telling you, I enjoy saving money because it makes me feel empowered. I'm not even lying. I'm like, I am not paying that money. They're crazy. You know how they do these? If I tell you what they do these in Texas, you guys are going to laugh. Hold on, I'm going to tell you anyways, though. Okay, let's just say I ground up some steak, okay? And I put a little bit, I have steak and I have some, if you like beans. If you don't like beans, don't worry. You don't have to do it. Okay, watch. This is what they do in Texas. It's a place called Amaya's. They get this and they put a piece, like say 2 or 3 pieces of, it's called asada, steak or fajita steak on it, okay? Then they put cheese on top of it. If you like beans, put the beans, like a dollop of beans, put some pieces of steak on it, and put your cheese, okay? They only do like 12 of them per plate. And you get them about like that on your plate. Bro. And then you get your salsa and you get your guacamole. or you get your salsa and your sour cream. You can do ground beef, steak, chicken. We had that for dinner last night because I had chicken legs in the. We had chicken legs in our freezer. I want to tell you guys a story, but I don't want you guys to judge me. And I feel like you guys will. But I just want you guys to know, like, how amazing God is. I want to tell you guys a story just because it's, all right. I'm gonna take this, I'll think about it and I'll tell you in a minute. Sometimes if the tortillas have a lot of sugar in the in this, basically a lot of preservatives. The really good one is called El Milagro. It's pretty much corn and water. I think it's on it. It's what it says. But if you get these, if they have a lot of preservatives, you have to watch them like this because the sugar in it is what burns or toasts. That makes sense? You just kind of hold it down like that, and you hear crunch. You pick it up, shake it, and you can do a whole batch of them like this and scoop them. But we're trying to use this oil and not use our whole bottle of oil. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a story because it's a little embarrassing if you think of it the way I could think of it, but I don't want to say it. I want to share the goodness of how amazing God is, but it is going to take humbling on my part. Like I'm literally about in tears because I feel like I want to share it, but I also know that we have such cruel people on the internet that will take a story that's supposed to be a good blessing story and they will make it sound shitty and make it not a blessing story. But it's a really big blessing. I'm going to turn the fire off because they're kind of, see, these got a little over toasted. So you got to just watch your fire. These cast irons get really hot. So I would watch those. See, I'm going to separate them. Those are more. Okay, I'm going to share the story with you guys, even if I'm going to be judged for it, because it's a really great story. Yeah, I just want to share the story about the neighbor, and I feel like, I don't know, I hate to be judged, and I know I'll be judged about it, but anyways, I just want to share the story with you guys, because it's such a great story. So we have a neighbor who, he's a military vet, and he is just having some mental health issues, and him and his wife, she had asked me if I would babysit for her, and I did, and I went and I babysat for her, and then she needed to go to the actual hospital, and I went with, and I watched her child for her, and it was just, we became friends, just slightly, just been what she needed, and it was really nice that I was able to bless her by being an extra hand for her. So anyways, I was grateful to be a blessing to her, and that was that. She, based on situations that they had, she decided that they were going to move back home to the city they're from, and they had asked to cut their lease early or whatever with the landlord, and he was like, yeah, because it's kind of like a duplex but with three, so there's a threeplex. So he said, yeah, so he let her go, break her lease. So she went and made plans to move her stuff and had her truck, and she's loading it up, and she came over and she knocked on our door. And we really don't, me and Joe personally, we don't really go out that much. We really just preserve everything. We live a very, we stay home a lot. Anyways, she goes, I just wanted to know if you wouldn't mind if I gave you this basket or this bag, and it's a recycle bag, the kind that they have at Pier 1, like a really big bag. And she said, we're moving in with my family over where we're moving to, she named the city. I knew where she was from. And she said, it's just just groceries that were not, that wouldn't make sense for us to take over there. And she said, I don't want to embarrass you or anything, but if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to give them to you. And I was just like, that's why I wanted to share it with you guys, just to, so you guys would know, like, the amazingness that he is to provide for you, even if, you know what I mean? Like, out of nowhere, the neighbor asked us if we minded if she could bless us with that. Like, what are the chances that that would even be offered? Like, what are the chances that somebody would just, like, hand us a whole bag of just groceries? And it was just so nice for, like, it was just such a blessing. And I mean, even for me to share with you guys, yeah, I have to basically humble myself and share with you guys. But how else would you guys know that God isn't a provider? You know what I mean? Like, that he wouldn't provide for, no matter what your situation is. You know what I mean? So I'm sorry, I'm just fucking bawling. It's just one, humbling to share it with people that are on the internet, that you don't know how they're going to receive it, or if there's going to be a shitty post about it, or a shitty comment about it, or anything. But for me, it was worth it to share the story, so you'll know how amazing God is to provide for people. If you just, whether you seeking out in prayer, asking the Lord to provide, or asking the Lord, like, to the ability to have to make ends meet, or whatever you pray, just to know that what are the chances? And all of a sudden we have somebody knocking on our door with, like, a bag full of stuff. And it was just unbelievable that she asked. And I was like, no, for sure, thank you so much. But, like, the whole reason you go through those things is so we can share the goodness of who he is with people. You know what I mean? And I could keep it to myself and just be like, no, I'm not going to let anybody know about it. I mean, like, that's kind of embarrassing to tell anybody. But then, like, that was the whole, for me, this is how I view it in my head, because that was the whole reason for the blessing, was so that it could be shared with people, so that they could know that he's a provider. He's a provider when it's not even looking. You know what I mean? It just was really, 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 it was a kind gesture for them. All right, let me gather my composure so we can keep cooking, you guys. Shit. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm back. I'm okay. We were grateful. We took the bag, we brought it in, and I don't eat Great Northern beans, but I'm grateful for a bag that had many things in it, of things that we could use. I'm not going to complain one bit. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way because it's hot oil and it makes my husband nervous. So if it makes him nervous, it makes me nervous. I'm going to scoot you guys. I'm going to unplug you guys first. I'm sorry I started crying on you guys. Oh, my onions are probably freezing. Okay, so garlic powder and onion powder would go in here. Once your caramelized onions are done, let them cool off. I put mine in the freezer or the fridge, wherever. And then I have sour cream. I've made it with mayo in addition, and just sour cream. So you do what you want to do if you have it. That's why I didn't have it the first time, so I didn't use it. But then I had it the next time, and I was like, oh, I guess you can taste the difference. Onion powder, garlic powder, and chives or scallions, whichever. I use green onions. It doesn't have to be chives. The ones that are 3 for $1 usually. Well, up here they're 2 for $1 or 79 cents for one. Telling you, people in Texas don't know how good you have it. Okay, let me move this. I'm gonna get my onions. And I've seen some people put Worcestershire in here. I have never done it, so I don't want to lead you that way. I don't think I would even do it if I have Worcestershire, so I don't know. And you just mix it, you guys. And then you gotta taste it. I put a tiny bit of salt in that at the beginning to help the moisture come out of the onions. But if you don't wanna do it then, just do it right now when your mayonnaise and your sour cream. If you guys know, sour cream and mayonnaise, they're a little more bland. Garlic powder, onion powder is definitely gonna be needed here. If you don't do it there when it's caramelizing, you'll definitely need it here because of your mayonnaise and your sour cream. You guys, stop it. It looks fake. Honestly, the first time I made it, I was like, no, I didn't just make French. I mean, I was making it for like, I was so excited that it was that easy. I was like, Mom, I'm bringing French onion dip to your house. My mom's like, okay, we don't have chips. I go, I'm buying chips, I'm bringing it. And then she goes, well, can I use kettle chips or something like that? I said, yes, any potato chip will do. Anyways, that's it, guys. Taste it. Like, get your little spoon in there, taste it. It's very good. I would say from here, I might put a little more salt. You guys, I can't even tell you how much I love sour cream thanks to Joe. Don't ever knock a fruit ingredient that you don't know what it tastes like just because you didn't like it as a kid, because it changes as you're an adult. Okay, here we go. You guys, chips, I'm telling you, oh my God. Okay, calm down. Mitten, let's keep moving. Okay, I'm gonna go blend this, and we're moving on. Oh, you know what I wanted to show you? If your tomato, canned tomato or whole tomatoes seem more too liquidy, out of the kitchen, girls. I'm sorry, out of the kitchen. I don't like you in here. I put tomato sauce in it. It's just that. See it? Just plain tomato sauce, just to give it a little body instead of it being just runny. I mean, they're just tomatoes. They're canned tomatoes. These are just stewed tomatoes. I literally gave you a stewed tomato. That's it. Okay? If you have a little chicken Knorr, it's a powder, green top, yellow label. Put about a teaspoon in here. Okay? I had a half a jar of tomatoes. Out of my kitchen, Mama. Hurry. Out, out. And I used it last night. Oy. This is what they look like. I don't think there's any in here. These are, but just regular diced tomatoes. See how it says diced tomatoes? That's it. Diced tomatoes. Sorry, I knew that one was, it's been in the back of the fridge for a while. Okay, I'm gonna go over there, and I'm gonna, here we go. You guys, I'm sorry I got all sad sackish. What is going on? Baby? Okay. Hold. This is the one I made earlier today, and I used all my stewed, or yes, last night, and I forgot about you guys. And I was like, oh my God, I used my tomatoes. And I was lucky I found one Roma on the bottom. This is my salsa. You guys, I've even done the, let me tell you two things. I've even done the, see how it looks? Oh my, they got a chunk of onion. You know what I've even done before, you guys? I have, you guys, I didn't do my onion long enough. See what happens when you don't do it long enough? I just don't want to make, if you do it too long, you'll get bubbly and frothy in your tomatoes, okay? So just be careful how long you do it. If you have another way to do it, all I have is a Ninja. I don't have another tool to do it, so I have to be cautious how long I do it so it doesn't get bubbly. I mean, it'll cool down after about maybe an hour, But what I was going to tell you guys is if you use stewed tomatoes, what I normally do is I will get the pan. Let me just show you this shit. Hi, guys. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. You all didn't come for this shit. I didn't mean to do it. All you have to do when you do this, okay? I don't even talk to you guys. I feel bad that you guys come in here and don't even get to talk to me. Okay. Thank you for being amazing, you guys, and thank you for the blessing. Oh my God, this is how much me and my family, my mom and everybody talked this morning. 251, that's Joe's phone. He's in our group text, but he doesn't ever contribute. We're considering kicking him out. Mom, what's going on? Oh my God, Chica, don't tell me that. Simply Jane, welcome in, babe. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. That's so funny, you guys. I love you guys so much. It's great to have you, Mama. Okay, put my fire on low. This is what I do. Do you have to do it? No. I think it gives it a little different taste. So here's my pan. If you have a regular frying pan like that, that's fine. But I get my salsa after I blend it. This is just what I do. And then you can stick it in the fridge if you want it to be, cool off if you're going to eat it with chips. If I'm going to make it over eggs or something, like today I had migas. If anybody knows what migas are, I fried my tortilla, like this. Okay, and then I put scrambled eggs mixed in it, and that's called migas. They also use these for chilaquiles. This is also for chilaquiles. Okay, but I used the scrambled egg because I could stretch that baby. Okay, here's my pan. Put a little oil if you want, or you can just go straight in. And then I will stick it in my fridge or my fruit, to let it cool off. If I have people coming over, that in a basket, this in a bowl. If you have margaritas, if you have iced tea, do whatever works in your house. Okay? And then it gives you an opportunity to taste where your flavors are at. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I've always cooked my chile like this and my salsa. Thank you guys for being in here. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. You guys, today Joe was gone. Like I said, he was helping a friend. Tell me why my door and handle moved and I freaked out. And I texted Joe and I said, "Are you back?" Can I tell you how much anxiety I had when he said no? Oh my God. And I had already told Bailey and Nova, it's okay, because I thought it was Joe. And it wasn't even Joe. Shit. I panicked. That's it, y'all. Just so you know, anybody knows, if you put it on a cookie sheet, it's shallow. It gets cooled off quicker. Any plate, you know what I mean? If it's got a lip on it, like say you had somebody and you had just gotten done at 12 noon and they were going to be there by 1 o'clock or 12:30, put it in a plate like this. It's got a lip, so it goes in the fridge or freezer and it cools off quicker. If it stays this deep, it's going to be warm in the bottom of it. Does that make sense? It'll be warm under here. I'm just trying to give you guys a little hint. If you guys are in a hurry to go somewhere and you have to take it cool off because you're going to take these, you know what I mean? And you guys, I'm telling you, it's the cast iron pan. Normally they all look nice and golden and normal. They look normal. Joe's better at it than me. The cast iron gets away from me, and before you know it, I have trouble. Trouble bubble. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do this without making a mess, but y'all see it's not gonna work. You know, it's about presentation, you guys. Okay? If I had potato chips and I was making a little movie night kind of board, I would do it like this. Put a bowl of both of my chips. I mean, for me, Joe would probably eat those tortilla chips with his French onion, but I like my French onion to have potato chips. The salsa with those. So you do what you guys want, but French onion and salsa and homemade chips. I mean, we probably, the small sour cream is $1.39, and the onion I had here, but if I had to buy a small onion, probably 69 cents. So that is and I still have some more here of the dip. This was aroma tomato, but I had about the small of a canned tomatoes. Small, it's like 89 cents for the smaller can of canned tomatoes. And aroma, or you can do all aroma, or you can do all canned. Okay? So you have to buy the whole thing of cilantro, or you could have just used a bunch of it, a little pinch off of it. But that's it, y'all. I love you guys. I apologize for getting all like this on you. I apologize. I felt compelled to share this story with you. It just came at a cost. You know, it's like when our house sold, you guys. It was honestly a blessing from the Lord, and He had wanted us to fast, and we had to fast until He told us when we were done fasting. And so Joe's like, He said for us to fast. And I'm like, like you fast? And Joe's like, no, He wants us to both fast. And I was like, Joe, like, oh my God. Like, I usually didn't fast only because I took medication that I had to take my medicine with something to eat every 4 hours. And so I was like, do you mean you got to fast? And he's like, no, the Lord wants us to both fast, and there would be a bidding war. And I told you guys the story before on one of the lives, but we both did it together. We fasted, and we got an offer on like the 12th day. And I was like, yes, we're done fasting. I was so excited. I was doing backflips, and I was excited. And he said, no, that's not a bidding war. He said there'd be a bidding war, and that's when we can stop. And I was like, how much longer? And he said we would know because there would be a bidding war. And I said, okay. So we fasted for another like 5 days. So it was a total of 17 days. But there was a bidding war, and we got almost 20,000 above our asking price. So, I mean, he has shown up for us so much. When our son had his addiction and he was getting into trouble, I mean, when I tell you I had tears every night wondering if he was okay, worrying, and he would just be like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I had to file a missing persons on my son because nobody had seen him. I mean, there's so much I've gone through with my son that if the Lord had not taken me through it, I would not have gotten through it, you guys. I think my biggest one was he had a $500 bail to get bailed out, and his friends had pulled together $450, and he said, his friend called me and said, hey, we got $450. Can you give us the other 50 so we can get Drew out? And I had already prayed about it, and I had asked the Lord what He wanted me to do. And I said, Lord, I want him home, but I know you need him there. He needs to be spoken to. Like, he needed to be spoken. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And him getting out was not going to allow him to be spoke to. And so the Lord said, no, I need to talk to him. So his friend had called, and I had already prayed about it. And I said, no, I'm sorry. I can't give you the $50. I appreciate you guys rallying together, but I'm sorry. He's going to have to stay in jail. And for $50, I felt like I had betrayed my son. I mean, I felt more pain than I did when I gave birth. And I'm telling you, I felt like I betrayed my son, like you just don't know. But I didn't do it, and I'm grateful that I didn't. He's a lot of him straightening up. But he's an amazing man now. He's an amazing dad now. He's gotten over all the addiction, all of his behavior. Everything is like a different chapter almost. It's hard to explain. But tough love is real. And if you guys don't have experienced it, more power to you. But for the parents that have experienced tough love, holy shit. It feels like I can't even describe it. It feels like the biggest gouge in your soul, having to be choosing to not help him when you can help them. You know what I mean? Like when you choose, like I know I have the means to bless you or to help you or to get you out of that situation. Just make that phone call. But I'm not going to do it. Oh shit. It feels like somebody was just like slapping me around. I would have rather somebody whipped my ass, let me tell you. Anyways, I love you guys. I'm sorry it was a big old emotional mess today. Because I was cooking and all of a sudden it just like weighed on me, like share that story. And so then I started wanting to share it, and then I was tug of war with myself, going, don't share it. You know you're going to get ridiculed and made fun of. So basically, you guys got to witness me struggle with myself, and I had to choose to share it because it came, the thought came knocking like on my shoulder, and if I were to ignore it, I would feel really shitty that he blessed us and I didn't even share the blessing with people. So that was my reason that I was crying so much earlier, was like I didn't want to share it, but then I was like, somebody could get a blessing from this. How do you not share it? Thank you, Chica. It sucks sometimes being real, but look who's, like, you never know what's gonna help. You never know the person that's going, God, we don't have anything. If we only had something more, and just cry out to him. Believe it or not, you guys. I know some people think that's crazy, and I don't mean that to be a mushy cry out to him, but when you have nobody else to cry out to, and you know what? When my freaking door knocked and I opened it, I never expected her to, like, when I say bag, it was like a bag like this big and like handle, almost like the one from Pier 1. I don't even know how to describe it. I just seen my sister had one. She showed up at my mom's house with Christmas presents, and she had a bag like that, and it said Pier 1 on the handle. And I was like, holy shit, that's a, oh, my brother did. And I was like, oh my God, that's a big bag. That's how we have this. I have no idea what to do with the rest of them, but it was closed and she gave it to him. She gave it to us. There's many things we don't know what to do with. We have these. But it's a blessing, you guys. It's really a blessing. I mean, I can't cook nothing with it with you guys, but oh my God, it's a blessing. We're grateful. We're so grateful. It was kind of her, and these are the ones that we don't know what Great Northern beans. I mean, I know you can make soup with them, but I mean, I have no idea what I'm going to do with Great Northern beans. I don't think I've cooked one thing with them at all, ever. I'll have to look up something. Anyways, oh, and these, we tried them. There's a bunch of stuff that we're like, what is that? I think it's a cookie or something. Joe tried it, I think. Anyways, I said all that to say the Lord is a provider, you guys. And I'd be denying his goodness if I didn't share my story. Regardless of me having to be humble, I put ham in all my beans. Oh, I wonder if I could do that. Yeah, I'm grateful that the Lord blessed us and I had to share it with you guys because You just never know who's going to be affected by it. Like when I didn't want to share when my first husband beat the shit out of me. Like I was so embarrassed. Like I don't know. It was like, for me, and I'm not saying everybody, but when my first husband beat me up, I was so mad at myself. It took me so long to leave. What, mijo? White bean soup, Italian white bean soup. Steven, what do you think I'm made out of? I don't even know what that is. It was on our menu today. Shut up, Steven. My brother's so amazing. That's my brother, you guys. I felt so ignorant for not leaving sooner that I was almost embarrassed to tell anybody the story or anything, because everybody was like, why didn't you leave? Why wouldn't you leave? Why would you stay? And it's like, you don't stay because you want to. Shit. Like, you just, I don't know, just, part of it's fear. The other part is hoping he'll change. The other part is scared I was gonna get out of there in time. I don't know. There's a bunch of reasons why you stay. You stay because you want to live to see another day. You stay because you don't want him to catch you. I don't know. So I was scared to come on here and share the story. But then the Lord dealt with me and said, but how do you know how many people you could be helping? And I said, oh man. Like, one thing about me is I try to argue with the Lord, but the Lord usually ends up winning. He will be like that. Like, I'll be like, oh my gosh, Joe is so, when I'm talking to him, I'm like, oh my God, if Joe could just take the dogs out when I tell him the first time. And then the Lord's like, do you listen to me when I tell you the first time? Like, the Lord deals with me. When I say that, the Lord deals with me. He doesn't like let me get away with it. And I don't know if that we have a really personal relationship, that he tells me when I mess up, and I'm grateful that he tells me when I mess up, and then he shows me, like, he gives me like a vision of when something he did or said to show me that, whatever it was. So I have my testimony on here or whatever. But anyways, that's how we came to, I didn't want to share the story. And then he's like, yes, you will. Stop! Hi, babe. Thank you so much for coming in to say hi, mama. I know, babe. Thank you so much for saying that. You're right. Nobody can tell me, because nobody knows that. Like, the fear. Nobody knows the fear. Like, nobody can tell me when I'm holding my son, will I be able to run in time with my son in my arms? You know what I mean? Like, if I was just me, yeah, I could probably run. Or I'd tell him I'm going out I'm going to go outside to get something from the car, and then I could have taken off. Like, having a little 5-month-old baby in your arms, you don't just jeopardize. It's just scary. It's scary. Anyways, I had to share it, and I'm glad I did. I love you guys. Have a blessed Monday. I'm sorry that it got so sad, sacky, and heavy, and bullshitty, but I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Make it French onion, salsa, tortilla chips. Be blessed, you guys. Our members link is there on the back of our about. We have our Cash App, our PayPal, our Venmo, and then our members link is in the description up in this channel right here. Just kidding, right here in this channel. I'm just kidding, you guys. I love you guys. Have a blessed night. Pookie, thank you. Aw, thank you, Pooks. Joe's out. Well, he's not out. He has to stretch his back out. He had to stretch his back out after he got home. But we're grateful and we're thankful. Have a blessed night, guys.